Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Good evening, happy Tuesday night, and welcome to the program. Thank you for tuning in tonight. My name is Doc Watkins. I'll be your host, and I'm joined by Brandon Guerra on the drums, Mike Porter on the bass. We've got some great tunes ahead for you this evening. We'll get to the music in just a minute, but first, let's take a look at the Jazz Texas news. In January, the world's largest beverage company, Coca-Cola, is introducing Coca-Cola with coffee, giving drinkers the ability to sip Coke in a can blended with brewed Brazilian coffee, and will come in 3 different flavors: caramel, dark blend, and vanilla. Although people who've tasted this new Coke coffee combo have suggested renaming the flavors rancid, undrinkable, and puke. In the NFL, the Tennessee Titans are reportedly under investigation for potential violations of the league's COVID-19 safety protocols after an outbreak in the organization. In a related story, the 1-3 Dallas Cowboys have asked the CDC to recommend the quickest way for all their players to get the coronavirus and shut down the rest of the season. In music, Tommy Lee, the drummer for Motley Crue, revealed that before he got sober nearly a year ago, he was drinking 2 gallons of vodka on a daily basis. But sadly, doctors have warned Tommy that he's going to die still unless he immediately ends his new 2-gallon-a-day habit of Coca-Cola coffee. The Pentagon is launching a $2 billion cybersecurity initiative to prevent foreign countries from ripping apart defenses that safeguard the upcoming presidential election. And if there's anyone who's an expert on having their defense ripped apart, it's Cowboys coach Mike McCarthy. Reality star Scott Disick, who shares 3 children with Kourtney Kardashian, revealed that his feelings of exhaustion were discovered to be caused by having low testosterone. In a related story, a U.S. senator who's in danger of losing his seat in the upcoming election is suspected also of having low testosterone. And finally, Patriots quarterback Cam Newton tested positive for COVID-19 and will not be able to play until further notice. However, he'll still be more effective in quarantine than any player on the Dallas Cowboys. The Houston Astros have expressed their sympathy for Newton and held a moment of silence by not banging on trash cans. And that's it for the Jazz Texas News. Well, we'll get to the music in just a minute, but first, how about a toast? We want to thank you all for tuning in this evening to the Doc Watkins Show. Here's to many more years of Jazz Texas music, food, friends, drinks, and fellowship. Cheers, y'all. We're going to get rolling with a tune called Sweet Georgia Brown. This is a tune we've been playing together for a long time. It's a great New Orleans classic. We hope you enjoy it. Here goes. That's Brandon Guerra on the drums. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Sweet Georgia Brown, Brandon Guerra on the drums, Mike Porter on the bass. We'd like to give a big shout out to our production team. That's Caitlin Hill on the audio. And on the video production, ladies and gentlemen, you know him, Mr. Chris Science. With Wizard Broadcasting. Also, we'd like to thank our media sponsor, KRTU 91.7 FM, the greatest jazz radio station on the planet. Make sure and tune in to KRTU on your way to work in the morning, on your way home from work in the evening. KRTU, you guys are the best. And also, you might remember that we have a new gig out here in 2020 coming this Saturday to a little spot called the AT&T Center, and we hope to see you there. The show starts at 7:30. We will not be live streaming from Jazz Texas this Saturday night because we have a real gig. Well, this is a real gig too, but we have a live outdoor real gig. And this is a live indoor real gig, different thing, but we'll be outdoors on October 10th, which is this Saturday night, and you can get tickets right there on the lower third graphic at attcenter.com. Also, later in the program, we have a special surprise for you because we have a table of 6 that we're going to do a ticket giveaway for, and so we're going to invite you to call in, but not quite yet. So later on in the program, stay tuned. We're going to be giving away some tickets for the program. And also, well, moving along in the program, that could also be an also. This next selection is by the great George Gershwin, entitled, But Not For Me. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Last but not for me, George Gershwin, Brandon Guerra on the drums, Mike Porter on the bass. Well, we have a little bit of news for you at this time. Many of you have asked. You've sent us Facebook messages and Instagram messages and messages via the post office and phone calls and emails and texts wondering, when is Jazz Texas going to reopen and why aren't you guys open now? And we have a little news for you. Here's the deal. Let me try to wax eloquently here for a moment. We have some bad news and we have some good news, and we're going to start with the bad news, which is that 2020, that's the damnedest thing. During the quarantine, we discovered some severe water damage issues down here in our basement. As you may know, we dug a basement next to a riverwalk, which I wouldn't probably advise my children to do, knowing now what we know. However, in any case, we have a water problem here at Jazz Texas, and it originated a number of months ago. It's taken us a while to get to the bottom of it, and we've been working with our partner, the Pearl Brewery. They've been a wonderful partner to us and done a wonderful job in investigating what the issue is and how we can fix it. And as it turns out, in order to fix it, we're going to have to tear up Jazz Texas, at least the flooring and the stage and part of our bar and some of our tile, and actually the entire floor and most of the tile and our entire stage, and fix the problem, whatever that is. And that's far above my pay grade in terms of the engineering reports that I've seen. I just play piano, you know. And, but what I'm told is that we will be closing, effective immediately, for the next roughly 90 days until we open back up, looking like January. So that's the bad news. You might be wondering, what is the good news? And the good news is that when we do reopen, which we will reopen, as we've said, Jazz Texas isn't going nowhere, ain't going nowhere, isn't going anywhere. Thank you. Which one of those did I get right? Was it ain't going nowhere? We ain't going nowhere. When we do reopen, we'll have a brand new space, we'll have a brand new dance floor, a new floor, and hey, maybe this pandemic will even be over. I mean, as they say, these pandemics, they don't last forever, and we feel like, you know, maybe we're even like halfway through this thing or whatever, and it's, you know, we've been closed for 7 months, but I'll tell you what, as an analogy, 7 months is nothing, because as it turns out, I spent 9.5 years in college before I figured out I didn't even like going to college. So like, by comparison, 7 months, a year, a couple of years, whatever, we'll get through this and Jazz Texas will open back up. But where was I? So we got the water issues, the contractors are showing up any day now to tear out the floors and kind of start us over and fix the problem. And as you're probably thinking, well, what about Christmas shows? It's like a national tradition now to go to Christmas shows at Jazz Texas. And you're right, we won't be having Christmas this year at Jazz Texas. And of course, that's very sad, but we'll be back, you know, for next year's Christmas shows. And also, we are working on other Christmas shows, so stay tuned. The best thing you can do right now, if you're wondering, like, well, how can we support and everything, please don't bring a hammer or shovels or like hoses or anything like that. We got that part's covered. The best thing that you can do is go to our website, JazzTexas or JazzTX.com, sign up for our mailing list. There's a little link there, and follow us along, because as we do things like release a podcast and an online course, and we do live streaming from other locations, and we release, maybe we're even talking about maybe doing another album over the next few months, and Christmas shows in other locations, you want to be the first to know about it, so sign up for the email list and keep in touch with us. So, you know, I wrote like 9 different speeches to give to you live tonight, and I figured, you know, who wants to just hear another teleprompter kind of deal? And so I'm going off the cuff, which can be a good thing, but it's also proven in recent times to be a terrible thing to do, which is why it's probably good that I have a band up here with me so we can get back to the music. Did I cover everything we talked about? Did I tell you about the water and the floors and the whole deal? And we're going to have Christmas shows and all that kind of stuff. So stay tuned and stay with us. And before we go on to this next tune, our staff here at Jazz Texas, I must say, has been absolutely amazing, and they're here with us tonight. We're having a nice celebration as we close down Jazz Texas for the next few months, and everybody goes their separate ways for a while. And of course, there are some heartbreaking things in all of this, but the silver lining, or the positive part of it, or however you want to call it, is that we'll all come back together in a few months. But I can't thank all you guys, you know, the entire staff. Would you all, so they can hear you, give yourselves a round of applause, please? Because, I mean, talk about a double whammy. We had to close back down. I mean, we're closing for the second time in 2020, and that sucks. But we closed back down, and we closed down for the first time in March, and we brought everybody back, and we got our curbside going, and we got our live streams going, and we got our bar delivery program going, and everybody worked their tails off to create some of the, and if you didn't get some of the food from the JazzTexas delivery program, you'll never know, but if you did, you know, some of the best food we've ever put out of this kitchen, and some of the best drinks we've ever put out from behind our bar, and everybody worked so hard, and we had to come to terms with the reality that we got to shut back down again, and so these guys are so tough by now that they're going to be able to live through anything for the rest of their life. You guys are like, the rest of your life is going to be like a cakewalk versus working for Doc Watson in 2020. So I want to thank our staff. Please send them some love, send them a note, and if you're looking for bartender, chef, servers for your holiday parties, for your backyard gatherings, I know where to find some amazingly qualified folks, the best in the business. So give us a call, and we'll hook you up. Okay, back to the music. We're going, what are we going to play now? I didn't script my speech, but I scripted the, it just says Song 3, Corcovado. So that's what we're going to play, Corcovado by Antonio Carlos Jobim. Here goes. That's Corcovado by Antonio Carlos Jobim. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much, y'all. This next tune, according to the show dossier, is a tune that was recorded a long time ago by Frank Sinatra called Flying Me to the Moon. So we're going to swing out for a little bit for you all now. Hope you enjoy it. Here goes. Fly me to the moon. Thank you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's that time of the program once again. This pandemic's been going on 7 months now, no end in sight. What are we going to do? And many of us are stuck at home playing board games and doing other unique activities which we've discovered during the pandemic, but we're running out of options because every time we go to the store for a new board game, they're out because they're in high demand. Trust me, I know. Well, we've got you covered here at JazzTexas because we've come up with our own unique board game which you can play with right there from the comfort of your own boudoir. So, without further ado, let's play the board game. Well, by now, we're 45 episodes into the Doc Watkins Show, ladies and gentlemen. That's 45, and yes, it is a total coincidence. By now, after 45 episodes, you probably know how the board game works. We pick two famous people and or mammals, both of whom are pretty boring. We compare and contrast them for a while, and at the end of the game, I get to choose who's the biggest bore. So tonight on the board game, who's more boring, Anne Hathaway or a spider monkey? Well, on the one hand, Anne Hathaway is an actress whose films have earned over $6.8 billion worldwide, $13 of which I paid to see her in Get Smart, but then walked out after 10 minutes. As a teenager, Anne Hathaway struggled with depression, which coincidentally is exactly how I feel watching Anne Hathaway act. Anne Hathaway says she's not a fan of talking to people on the phone and thinks it's terrifying and weird to have to make a phone call, a phobia known as T-Mobile-itis. Many critics have compared Anne Hathaway to acting legends Judy Garland and Audrey Hepburn. And by compare, I mean they say, Anne Hathaway, she's definitely no Judy Garland or Audrey Hepburn. Every August 3rd, since The Princess Diaries was released 19 years ago, Anne Hathaway pays her respects to the powers that be by expressing eternal gratitude for the events that led her to that breakout role. Coincidentally, every time I'm invited to an Anne Hathaway movie, I pay my respects to the powers that be by refusing to go. True and poignant. Well, on the other hand, the spider monkey is a monkey that's found in tropical forests of Central and South America, from southern Mexico to Brazil, and notable for their ability to be easily bred in captivity, as opposed to Anne Hathaway, who's notable for her inability to find a man to marry her. Spider monkeys are very intelligent and have robust memories, including the pain of having to watch Anne Hathaway in Bride Wars. During the day, the spider monkey searches for fruit, which makes up the main part of its diet, as opposed to Anne Hathaway, who during the day searches for auditions, which makes up the main part of her existence. Spider monkeys eat flowers, seeds, barks, leaves, and small insects, but they're still not as skinny as Anne Hathaway. Spider monkeys are known to convey greetings by always hugging each other with their tails when they meet, but due to the recent spider monkey Me Too movement, they now avoid getting some tail. That's a tough call, ladies and gentlemen. If you had to pick who bores you the most, Anne Hathaway or a spider monkey, the correct answer is Anne Hathaway. And thanks for playing the board game. Well, I think it's appropriate that we play a little blues now for you because, as you may know, the blues was not meant to make you feel sad, but the blues was made to make you feel happy. And when blues musicians play the blues, they feel better. And we've had a rough year in 2020 here, but the blues has helped us get through because every time we play the blues, at least Mike and Brandon and I, we feel a lot better. So we're going to play a little blues for you now. We're going to do a tune by the Oscar Peterson Trio entitled D and E. Here goes. Brandon Guerra on the drums, Mike Porter on the bass. That's D&E by the Oscar Peterson Trio. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Well, as promised earlier, we're going to do a ticket giveaway now. We have a new concert coming up on Saturday night, this Saturday night, October 10th at the AT&T Center. You can get tickets online at attcenter.com. But the AT&T Center was gracious enough to give us a table of 6 to give away to you, our viewers. So what we're going to do now is while we play this next tune, you can call in. Now, the first caller that calls in gets the table for 6. Simple as that. And the number that you can call, hold on just one sec, Chris, don't put it up yet. So we're going to put up the number, so get ready, and it'll be like a race. And the winner gets a table of 6. And we have operators standing by for our JazzTexas telethon back there, everybody. So without further ado, the first caller gets a table of 6 for the October 10th show this Saturday night, AT&T Center. Chris, put up the number. Okay, take it down. No, I'm joking. No, put it back up. You can put it back up. I mean, nobody can read 10 digits that quickly, not even the biggest creeper. So there's the number. We're going to leave it up for just a minute. So call in and get your table for 6, and we're going to do this tune now for you. You probably recognize it, so we're just going to go ahead and play it. We hope you enjoy. Here goes. Thank you. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. That's Somewhere Over the Rainbow. That one went out to Liz and Gil, Brandon Guerra on the drums, Mike Porter on the bass. And we have a winner, ladies and gentlemen, for the table of 6, Rick Lipsy. And Rick's telephone number is 210... Oh, I'm not supposed to read that part. Rick, we'll give you a call. Congratulations, my friend. We'll see you on Saturday night at the AT&T Center. And, tickets are still available. Hook up with Rick. I would give a strong look him up on Facebook and see if his profile is public, and if you can track him down, you might be able to get in on his party of 6. That's Rick Lipsy, everybody, but don't go too far with it. And don't say that I told you so. So Rick, congratulations. We'll see you Saturday night. We'll see you all Saturday night. We have time to do just one more tune for you. We're going to play Moaning, not Moaning, but Moan In by the great Bobby Timmons. Different song. And we hope you enjoy it. This is our last tune. This is our last live stream from Jazz Texas for a little bit. If you're wondering, if you're just tuning in, you're going to have to back up like 45 minutes because I'm not going to do that whole monologue again. I don't even remember what I said, honestly. But if you're wondering, what are we going to be doing over the next few months? We're going to be doing lots of stuff, so make sure and go to jazztexas.com and follow us. Subscribe to our email list. We have a new podcast coming out next week, which I'm very excited about. We're working on a new album. We have a new online jazz piano course that's out that you can find on the website. We have 45 episodes of the live streams that are all archived, and you can go back and watch them. But we're also going to be doing some more live streaming from different locations, and we're working on that. So if you or someone you know knows of a good location where we can live stream from, we'd be happy to hear about it. We are looking for sponsors, in case you're wondering. I mean, nothing's free in this world, not even a live stream. And if you were wondering, hey, I thought a few weeks ago they were thanking their new live stream beer sponsor, Pearl Beer. What happened to that? And it reminds me of a really great riddle. And the riddle says, what talks like a sponsor, sounds like a sponsor, but doesn't send the friggin' check? And that's why me and Mike and Brandon drink Miller Lite. My show. So, anyway, sorry guys. Better luck next time. All right, we're gonna close out with one final tune, Moanin' by the great Bobby Timmons. Hope you enjoy. Brandon Guerra on the drums, Mike Porter on the bass, all the Jazz Texas staff. We've had such a great time tonight, and I love playing music so much, especially with my friends in the band and with my friends in the audience. And I hate to say goodbye to y'all from Jazz Texas here for the next few months, and goodbye to so many dear friends, but please know that we'll be back and stick with us during these times. This has been a hard year. I don't care who you are. Well, I care if you're Mark Zuckerberg or Mark Bezos, in which case you're doing fine, but you can shove it because, you know, karma's, anyway. Hi, kids. So it's been a hard year, and we look forward to seeing you all next time. But until then, stay safe, have fun, enjoy the company of family and friends, and we hope to see you on October 10th, Saturday night at the AT&T Center. Stay tuned, more to come. Y'all have been amazing. It's been great doing 45 shows from here at Jazz Texas, and now we're going to tear apart this place, and we're going to build it back. So if you were here on opening night of Jazz Texas, the great thing is that when we open back up, it's going to be even better than that, because we've had so much practice with everything that we're doing, and we're going to make improvements to this place, and it's going to be a brand new floor and a brand new stage and a brand new Doc Watkins. I'm going to get plastic surgery and liposuction. Not really, but in any case, we'll see you in January, if not sooner, in another venue. We love you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Good night, y'all.
Tell us the story, Dave.
Yeah?
Are you taking a picture?
I'm taking a video.
A video, yeah. Well, let me tell you about something important then. Let's talk trombones.
And end.